Alrighty, let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 19. 19, you'd like to know, are they looking for something serious? Let us see. All right. So based on this combination, I wouldn't necessarily say that they're looking for something serious, but I wouldn't say that they are just playing games or playing the field. When we have the idea of the Chariot come forward, they're looking to have an opportunity to connect. They're looking to have an opportunity of flow. They're looking to work well together with somebody. But the Chariot is something that comes to an end. It's something that moves forward with momentum, but it's not something that tries to build up beyond speed. So we're trying to maybe progress forward in terms of getting into some sort of rhythm together, but we're not trying to see the progression of the relationship come forward. The Six of Cups would say that we are looking to create memories, looking to create flow, looking to create opportunity. But again, it's not something that creates stability. Now, the Star can come forward to say that maybe we are looking to create some sort of openness or vulnerability here, or maybe we are kind of in a place of trying to create hope. But with the Strength card, we're also not trying to force anything. So right now, this combination comes forward here as them saying, I'm not playing games, but I'm not really looking for something serious either. I'm just looking to try to see if something could flow forward and go from there, see what happens. The Eight of Swords, they don't want to say the wrong thing or get caught up in the maybe ideas or get caught up in the opinions. They just want to be able to be in a place of flow. So they don't want to promise more than what they can deliver. And they also don't want to be in a place here of saying something and giving you the idea that something's going to happen and then not being able to, again, fulfill that, right? Over promising or promising something that they can't deliver. So I don't really see them playing games here right now, but I also don't really see them wanting to be in a place of like needing to have something serious. So I would say seriousness is not their pursuit. They're more so looking for something to just kind of be in a state to flow and to allow it to move forward in the time, shape, and way that it needs to, and to just go forward from there. So that's what I would say with this combination. So let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 20. 20, you would like to know thoughts and feelings during the shift. Let us see. All right, so we do have a heaviness coming forward here with the Ten of Wands as well as with this Five of Pentacles. We're feeling a little bit challenged or we're feeling a little bit difficult with connecting. This could say that they feel overburdened here right now and they're just not quite sure like maybe how to connect, thinking that it's a little bit more difficult to create some sort of flow or some sort of back and forth in being around you than it's just as simple as a conversation. With the Ace of Wands coming forward, there is a spark or there is a desire to connect, but that Ten of Wands kind of gives a sense of that heaviness. So what I see this as is like, oh, because I see you during the shift, I have this spark up of excitement. Oh, I would like to see you or I'd like to talk to you, but I know if I go to talk to you, I'm going to spend too much time talking or I'm going to get sidetracked on the task that I'm doing. And so Ten of Wands, I need to focus on whatever it is that I'm doing instead. I can't be in a place of like going after like getting sidetracked. Even my brain was getting sidetracked right there. Right? So it's kind of in a place of saying, like thinking about connecting with you in the Chariot. The Chariot wants to have that sort of momentum flow, being in the present moment together. And the Ace of Wands wants to spark up the excitement. So we were wanting and thinking about this flow of excitement of being around each other. But then with the Judgment card kind of getting a little bit hit the reverse, kind of flopping in the reverse, we need to kind of look at the facts, but also not get kind of lost in them and in being in a place of saying we don't want to get stuck in the present moment, or we don't want to get stuck in conversation, or we don't want to make something be overly known, right? There's kind of that sort of energy of like needing to keep to oneself, Five of Pentacles, needing to kind of work through some sort of difficulty that they're feeling here with this Ten of Wands. So I would say in being around you there, they had this spark up of excitement to connect with you. But then at the same time, being in a place of saying, well, I don't really know if I should be connecting with you. I don't really know if I should be kind of, or if I can get back to the rhythm or flow of my work. And so I just kind of need to like avoid Five of Pentacles, avoid you in general, so that I don't add to my plate here, so that I can keep moving forward. That's kind of what I see coming ahead here. So let's go ahead with 21. 21, you'd like to know, how are they feeling about you these days? Let us see. All right. So with the Two of Pentacles energy coming forward, we do have this back and forth energy that comes ahead. On one hand, the Ten of Cups, they're feeling this hopeful desire to connect with you, to be in your energy, and Queen of Cups to kind of pour into you, to nurture you, to care for you, and especially with the Six of Swords, to move past some sort of difficult energy around communicating, seeing eye to eye, or movement between the two of you, to have an opportunity to connect. And then on the other side, we feel the exact opposite, Five of Pentacles. We feel difficult to connect with. We feel at a distance. We feel isolated. We feel unsure when it comes to creating momentum or creating opportunity. And it seems like with this Two of Pentacles, they go back and forth in this energy when it comes to you. On one side, feeling this care or this nurture, or this desire to connect and create flow. And on the other side, we feel this distant or challenging energy when it comes to connecting and feel a little bit directionless. When it comes to the Five of Pentacles, I would say if we're going to get a negative card, the Five of Pentacles is a really good negative card for that, because we have an opportunity to see things differently, right? The idea is we have the warmth in the church, but we're passing it by because we're doing the same old, same old. We're following in our same routine. We're not really allowing ourselves to create difference in life. And so when we get into this sort of energy, when we get into this sort of direction, we have a really hard time in like getting out of our own head. But once we do, we see that the church is there, right? We see that the opportunity to create the warmth, we see the opportunity to create the flow, we see the opportunity to create the direction is there. It just needed some sort of different perspective or different approach in order to get it to happen, right? There's that sort of idea that's coming ahead here. So based on this combination, I would say they flip-flop between feeling connected to you and drawn into your energy, and feeling very distant or isolated to you and not sure how to have some sort of direction forward. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com, for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with 22. 22, you'd like to know, do they feel the Five of Pentacles because of a lack of interest in yourself? Let us see. So I would say no. The Four of Cups is a very interesting card to come forward because the Four of Cups is like holding on to the past, not really accepting the idea of a new. And so this could be along the lines of they're holding on to the old energy of you. And that Five of Pentacles, I mean, the five itself talks about change. And with the Death cards coming forward here, it's like we can't force change, but we're also having a hard time accepting change here. And with the Four of Cups, we're looking towards the past instead of looking towards the opportunity of new. So this could be that there's something about the past, either it's with you or with somebody else or themselves just in general, that they're kind of stuck in. And they're having a hard time in allowing themselves to accept that something can be different or accept that something can change, that something can move forward in a way that's beyond what they had imagined in the past. The Hierophant is a card that talks about structures and rules and traditions. And so, with it being also a number five, there can be somebody who has a really hard time getting past routine or getting past what's familiar to them. And so, this seems to be more of the idea of the Five of Pentacles requires them to look at a situation in a different way, right? We need to change our perspective from walking down in the snow to look at the church. And the routine or structure or way of life that they found themselves in when it comes to connecting with you is not something that's going to create a movement forward from here on out. It's something that is maybe kind of stuck itself in the past. And so this requires them to have maybe a change of perspective, to grow in a different way, or try to create some sort of change in how they're moving forward in life in order to get into the church, right? In order to get that closeness. And we see that with the Chariot. To be able to work together, we have to find a way to be able to move forward at the same pace, at the same time, in the same direction. And so the change to work together or the change from the past, right, moving in a way that's different than what they've done thus far, getting away from the routine is more of where we're feeling that Five of Pentacles come forward from. So I don't see it as a point of a lack of interest in yourself. I see it as a struggle with change and a struggle with like lack of control in a situation, because the Strength card says we cannot force something. So we can't have it go back to our comfort zone. We have to accept the new way that something is happening. So it's like their struggle to accept change and their struggle to accept the lack of control that they have in the situation. That's more of what that Five of Pentacles is trying to bring forward rather than a lack of interest in yourself. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you'd like to have a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see how they feel about you. Diving into each section just as one question is a little bit too much, um, because asking about you as a person is kind of one thing, and then asking about your personality kind of like each category kind of specifies it a little bit more. So we will go ahead and look at you as a person. So with the Hermit card and the Star card coming forward, it's a really interesting duo because the Star is this sense of like a hope or a longing or a vulnerability, which can say that they do feel for you on a deeper level, as the Hermit would also let us know that. But it can come forward in a way where they feel guided to you, but they can also feel connected to you in a way that makes them feel vulnerable and makes them feel like they are special. It can make them feel like they are kind of getting recognized in certain ways. And so this can feel drawn to you, not necessarily based on what you do for them, but drawn to you or feeling pulled to you as an individual, as somebody who can like bring out those characters in somebody, right? So they feel connected to you, they feel passionate about you, they feel drawn to you because you bring out this sense of like feeling unique or feeling like, how do I want to say that? Feeling recognized is kind of a word I want to use, and I'm still thinking about it. When we have the Temperance card come forward, there is a sense of like being at peace, feeling at peace when it comes to you, feeling a sense of harmony or connection or flow. And so you might bring forward a very calming nature, especially with the Temperance as well as a Star. It can feel like at home. It can feel like they are, when they are around you or thinking about you, can feel the same as if they are by themselves, where maybe they don't have to put on some sort of front or they don't have to become somebody else. They can just feel at peace. They can just feel at harmony. They just feel a sense of flow. And so they feel connected to you because there's a sense of peace when it comes to you, because there's a sense of harmony. Now, the Nine of Swords does bring forward a lot of worry, not necessarily in terms of a physical aspect or passion, but it brings worry in the mind with the swords. So they can feel quite a bit of anxiety about communicating with you, though. Even though they feel at peace of just being around you, they feel drawn to you, they feel recognized being with you, there's a sense of being worried about the mind, being worried about communication that comes forward. And with this Ten of Wands, they might actually feel quite, how do I want to say that? They might even feel like they are quite, I don't know what is the right wording. Because with the Ten of Wands, we can feel burdened, but I don't necessarily feel like it is a burden. They can feel maybe overpowered with their emotions for you, or they can feel like there is a sense of responsibility for their emotions, and that may be why we see the Nine of Swords, which is worried about communication, because we're in a place of making sure we say the right thing, or making sure that we are not leading astray in a particular direction, like wanting to make sure maybe our words count, or wanting to make sure our kind of ideas get put across in the best way possible. So I would say, as their feelings for you as a person is a passion, a feeling of connection in a way that brings forward peace, vulnerability, and harmony, but an anxiety and a responsibility that kind of brings forward a heaviness when it comes to communicating. That's what I would say with this combination. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com, for the live personal readings.